Com. We're live. Woo!
It's green, but we're
back.
live.
It is green. We've been dealing with this for a little bit. You know what was odd, George? Is up in Oneonta.
I'm about to do work in Oneonta the other day.
Perfect.
Must be the signal here.
Must be. I'm not sure. It looked pretty perfect earlier, and then it went dead, and now it's back to this again. So the wind and the pitch for Derigi. Outside for a ball. Always interesting to get the perspective of people from other teams. That's always kind of a fun little play, especially working with other broadcasters in the league. I certainly get to meet them over the course of the season. You guys don't. As there's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga Down showdown. As again, we remind you, Tioga Down is not just a great place to play, a great place to stay. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball, 2-1.
I like the rhythm, though, of his pitcher.
The rhythm of both pitchers today, I got to tell you, Chase Austin has been firing. As again, the windup and the pitch bounced up there.
That's a very
3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike.
I'm looking at the catcher, very wiry, thin, lanky catcher down there.
Certainly is. As now again, the windup and the pitch. Cut on, 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count.
A body scatter out of that dugout.
Well, got to avoid the mud, too.
Oh, you do. There's no avoiding the mud. The mud is there.
That is very true.
The baseball you're not avoiding.
Derigi steps back in. The windup and the pitch. Outside, Derigi's going to earn himself a free pass. In the bottom of the 6th inning, we'll get to that in just a second.
Yep.
Do you want to let everybody know on the broadcast, and hopefully that'll follow up into the stadium, that the Pioneers' other game they're watching, Utica leads Adirondack 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. So still that chance for the 3rd playoff spot.
So Kyle Richardson hitting .242 at home this year.
So that could be a good sign to come as the throw over.
As the DH tonight.
Richardson has kind of assumed that designated hitter role here over the course of a little bit. Not too surprising. The Pioneers trying to find places to put solid bats. As Derigi off and going, he's going to make it to second easily. As Derigi with 1 out.
As long as he stays there.
He stole that base and made it look easy, George.
And as long as he doesn't just walk off randomly, then I think he's good. We haven't seen that today.
As we look, Derigi this year, 5 stolen bases, so there's number 6. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards second. The play is made. So a beautiful catch there by the second baseman. As coming up big was Bailey Jimenez.
It's a beautiful play. It wasn't necessarily hit hard, just kind of a floating line drive over to his glove side. I think that was on his short side. I don't think he'd be able to get it, but a nice play at second.
I'd agree with you as Henneman comes up. As Henneman takes a long look out.
Another guy we've seen move around this year.
Certainly have, playing left field tonight.
Because he played left, first,
3rd, catch.
Yep.
Seen him pitch. That did not go as well.
Nope. He's no Pang.
The wind and the pitch outside. That is going to get another stolen base.
Why not?
For Brennan Derigi.
I mean, got a right-handed batter, the third baseman playing way back off the dirt. It's basically a given there. 2
stolen bases and 1 at bat. You like to see that from the speedy man playing second tonight. The wind and the pitch to Henneman. Cut on, right back up the middle. That's going to score the first run of the ball game. Henneman earns himself an RBI. And your Elmira Pioneers take a 1-0 lead.
Just a beautiful piece of hitting, a beautiful piece of base running, too. Turning a walk into a nice low RBI single there.
Certainly was. That also officially the first hit of the game, too. Not a bad time to get it if you're the Elmira Pioneers.
Again, we've said they score in bunches, and they usually do it pretty early on. So, again, 2-out hitting, beautiful thing.
And Boyko has certainly been effective so far, as now he'll face Zach Turner. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. Turner, I've talked with Coach Andrew Drum quite a bit about this, almost at length. Turner really an inside the plate hitter once it gets over that center line, he says Turner has some issues that he's tried working with him on. Obviously, the short summer season, we'll have to see how that works out. That pitch looked pretty good, as that'll get down in the outfield, bouncing towards the wall, still going, still running, coming around third. They're going to send him, heading for home, scoring, as the Pioneers take a 2-0 lead. So Zach Turner with an RBI double, and I literally had just said he is not as well known for hitting balls off the plate. That one was on the outside corner, and he put it right where he needed to, as the Elmira Pioneers jump out to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second.
Again, more great two-out hitting. The right fielder not playing the ball really great. He had a little bit of a poor angle going over to try and cut off the ball and had to run back for it. But, hey, again, Pios scoring in bunches.
As Nathan Pang steps up to the plate. Pang has had a disappointing last couple of games. Certainly wants to straighten that out before the playoffs. The wind and the pitch. Taken low, 1 ball, no strikes. As I believe we've got the camera back efficiently now. I want to thank everybody for being patient with us on YouTube Live. As again, bottom of the 6th. Utica Blue Sox 3, Adirondack 2. Blue Sox have now officially gotten through that inning. Pang pops it up. He is not happy, as the shortstop has the play and will make the catch. So Pang goes down, but not before 2 runs cross the plate. The Elmira Pioneers jump out to the 2-0 lead, and we head for the top of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and Chase Austin back on the mound. So Austin certainly enjoying a 2-run advantage now. He'll hope to keep it right there. Of course, on deadline day here.
Yeah.
That one bounces up, 1 ball, no strikes. Don't think any of these players will be moved around.
No,
but
I don't think so.
we certainly hope we'll have these guys ready for the playoff game tomorrow. As now again, the wind, the pitch, taken for a ball, 2-0.
The light's now on, and the sun kind of peeking out in left field.
I think the rain has finally cooled off here, George.
Yeah.
Now again, coming back set, wind and the pitch, drilled out there towards center. A foot back, the jump and the catch. Creative fielding going on Michael Gorman, as that'll bring up the 9th man in the order, Dylan Blanchard. Blanchard, so far this season, 0 for 1. So certainly an interesting pick for your designated hitter.
Yeah.
He is 0 for 1 on the season.
That's another we talk about the catcher being kind of tall and wiry. This is another one who looks exactly like him. Not a lot to these hitters.
Well, it's getting towards the end of the season. You heard in the coach's corner pregame that a lot of these players have booked flights home. Things are having to be worked out. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown.
And he's got no batting gloves, too.
Does not have any batting. I'm guessing.
Or batting sleeves, or.
I would guess not usually one for hitting. As trying to keep the lineup full. We heard from our 2 previous guest announcers for half inning each, as George got to take a little break. These guys mostly came down by car. I'm guessing most of them leaving straight away.
Yeah.
So, interesting scenario here. For the Pilots, the Pioneers, however, aren't going anywhere. They have a playoff game tomorrow. At least we hope, most of them sticking put. As that's in there for ball 4, as Blanchard earns himself a free pass. 3rd one of the game. 2 on bases on balls, 1 on the hit by pitch. So that'll bring up James Rabel. Rabel steps back up to the plate. So far on the day, 0 for 1.
We got some more interesting shadows out there as the sun really pokes out now. Half the pitcher mound now in the sun in the shadows.
Those
Chase Austin tall enough where he's in the sun.
Well, the interesting thing there is those almost look like flagpoles going out there, don't they?
Mm-hmm. What, the light towers?
Yep.
Yep.
So almost reminiscent of Major League Parks with the flagpoles. Pioneers do have a 2-0 lead, and we again do appreciate our great fans on YouTube Live. The wind, the pitch, drilled out there towards right. That's going to get down. Scooping that up will be Turner. He will hustle it back in, and that will keep the runners at first and second, but also give the Newark Pilots their first hit of the night.
Yeah.
So
I was just about to say Chase Austin still not giving up a hit until here in the 3rd.
See, he even thought of it.
Yeah.
Invalidated it, George. So
I ruined it.
The Bronx Bombers news asking how are they up 2-0. A couple of singles back in the bottom of the 2nd. Pioneers were able to take advantage. As Austin comes back set. He looks in, the wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. 1 out here. Top of the 3rd inning. Runners stand on 1st and 2nd. The broadcast tonight was interrupted by a couple of issues with the camera feed, unfortunately. I do apologize for that, folks, as that swung on and missed, 0-2. So, Bailey Jimenez not wanting to sit back here, George.
No. Again, some of these guys are getting ready to go home, and they look like it.
Certainly do, as we'll see what Jimenez can do here. The wind, the pitch, both runners off and moving. The throw down to second, plenty of time over there. The tag is applied, and now really applied as the umpire calls him down. Rabel will be tagged out at second base. I believe we've got a 1 ball, 2 strike count now. 1-2 as the umpire indicates. So, I think I do know who Bronx Bombers news is. I think that's the 3rd man in the booth normally up there in Newark, as both of your cohorts were on here a little bit earlier. Sorry you missed that. As once again, Jimenez waiting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch cut on and fouled away. So 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pioneers with that 2-0 lead. A runner now stands 90 feet from home, however. Jimenez comes set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there, foul towards the bullpen for the Pioneers.
We're still missing an out on the scoreboard, John.
We are still missing an out on the scoreboard. There are 2 outs. As once again.
There we go.
Now it's corrected. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
We don't want to miss a Tioga Down showdown like we have right now.
Right. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs means a Tioga Down showdown. So, once again.
You can't miss those.
Can't. They're integral to the broadcast, George.
They are, and you have to go to the FanDuel sports book.
Cut on, popped up, could be, no, going to get over the head. That will score the first run for the Pilots. As that ball tossed back in very quickly.
And that one, just a little floater as my mic has cut out, John.
Your mic has cut out.
There we go. Yep.
As there we go. We've got the the headphone set.
I was saying just a little floater over the head of a shortstop. He made one catch already, kind of a short little leaping grab over there, but missing that one, just barely going over his glove.
Well, that's going to bring up Alan Murphy. Murphy, no official at bats on the day, has a base on ball. See if Chase Austin can get it going here. The wind and pitch, high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Pilots trying to respond. The wind, the pitch, ground ball towards second. Stumbled, still picks it up in time. The throw is made, and that will be an out. As down goes Alan Murphy, and the Pioneers head back to the plate with a 2-1 lead. Want to thank David Bermudez for tuning in as well. Thanks so much for the wish of luck into the playoffs. As I said, Pioneers 2, Pilots 1. We'll be back here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. All right, and with that, we are back. Jeff Mejia stepping up to the plate here as the Pioneers trying to get that run back they gave up there in the top half of the inning. Swung on and missed. Mejia with a big cut there, George.
Yeah, Mejia walked his first time up on a full count.
So starts it off with 0-1. The wind of the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count. It's still in the bottom of the 7th as the Utica Blue Sox maintain a 3-2 lead in Adirondack. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike. Mejia watched that one all the way.
It's a nice curveball dropping in there.
Certainly going to want that one back. 1-2 count. As again, the windup, the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there, foul. That will get down. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It goes into the picnic area.
It got into the picnic area. Okay, I was just going to ask you how far that went.
Did not go far enough.
As Mejia takes a long look out. As I'm trying to get a good look here. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed by Mejia. That was caught. So, Boyko working into a 3rd inning as Mejia goes down on strikes. We heard earlier from our guest commentators that the plan was 2-2-2-2-1, just to try to cycle through pitchers as it's obviously the end of their season.
No one's warming up for them, so
a little surprising. As hey, you do what you got to do. 3rd out is made, so through 7 full innings, 3-2, Utica has the lead. Brody Moore going back to work as the Pioneers lead by just 1 as well. The wind and the pitch from Boyko. Cut on, drilled up the middle, and Brody Moore has his first hit of the night.
Yeah, nice little clean hit right there. He stands so close to the plate. I mean,
Makes you a little nervous, doesn't it?
He's on top of the plate, and it kind of jammed, and he pulled his hands in and just drove one in center field.
As now again, Craig Corliss will step up. We talked about Corliss has not had a ton of opportunities this season, as Corliss obviously joined the team late.
Yeah.
Corliss on the year coming into today was just having some trouble with my fingering. 0 for 8. So not the start Corliss had hoped for. Roped one earlier, but it was caught, so 0 for 9 coming into this at bat. Speaking of 0 for, no balls, 1 strike. As the windup and the pitch. Taken low, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As we remind you, you can check out horse cart racing down at Tioga Downs, the only place in the southern tier to see it.
One of the few places in the world you can probably see something like that.
I don't think Rome would be a...
Well,
they have to have it in Rome, George, as that one's thrown over. Your favorite play in baseball, George.
yeah,
Speaking of favorite plays in baseball, it's deadline day.
it is.
My Astros like to make an impact,
They do.
as once again, Zach Greinke to the Houston Astros this year.
That's right. You can take a 35-year-old pitcher with 2 years remaining on a contract, but still has $60 or $70 million left.
2 balls, 1 strike.
You can have fun.
You know
with
what?
that.
I will definitely. Aaron Sanchez too. We're being commented at from
Yep.
YouTube. We're acknowledging that. However, the wind and the pitch, cut on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sorry. The Phillies got Corey Dickerson.
Yes, I'm just going to remind you that as you make those comments about older pitchers,
Yeah.
Justin Verlander worked out pretty well. So yeah. Has 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got to have some fun with that. As the wind and the pitch, runners off and going, swung on and missed by Corliss, and they're going to allow the runner to advance. Defensive indifference again as Corliss strikes out, and now is 0 for 10 on the season. As apparently one of our listeners is dreaming and thinking the Yankees will win in the ALCS. Sorry. We'll set off an alarm when the Pioneers score another run.
Yeah.
As once again, Bryce Moskowitz, wearing number 14, will step up.
I don't know if the Yankees have the starting pitching to get through to an ALCS.
Very true.
Tanaka's been average. Happ has been a disappointment. Sabathia
We recall
on the
that
DL.
from his time in Houston,
Yeah.
actually. As once again,
Well, you're welcome for that.
Yeah, thanks. The windup and the pitch bounces away. 1 ball, no strikes. Moskowitz trying to get going here.
That was the Roy Oswald deal.
It was.
Jay Happ.
It
for
was.
Roy Oswald. Hey, and we thank you for that.
I'm sure.
The greatest rotation in baseball history.
As once again, coming back set, the attempted throw back to second, but nobody there to cover. Bailey Jimenez just a couple steps too far off.
All you can do is pray for the Yankees. It's all you can do for them.
I don't know if you can call it praying with 27 world championships.
Well-
Certainly the Pioneers would love a world championship this year. As the windup and the pitch, cut on, ground ball right towards the shortstop. The faked glove there by the runner, and that will still result in the out. That did actually work the other night.
It did.
It was quite interesting to watch, as that will be a ground out for Moskowitz. We will head to the top of the 4th inning. Pioneers still hanging on 2-1. We'll see what they do when we come back. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, so the Pilots come back to the plate, and the Pioneers look to stymie them yet again. Stymie's a fun word, George.
Speaking of that, the Phillies have Drew Smiley now.
Oh.
Stymie, Smiley. Yeah, he pitched like 7 shutout innings the other night. It was amazing.
As the wind and pitch from Austin, cut on. This one popped up, should be playable. Craig Corliss has a beat, makes the catch, and that was a quick start to the inning.
I'd say so.
Alan Murphy. Excuse me, that was Tate Ballestaro.
Yep.
That's the pronunciation I've chosen to go with at this point, George. We're just going to stick with it.
We're just spitballing with that one.
As
or spitballing. I don't know. Balling. We don't know which one it is. As the nature returns.
Well, again, that'll bring up Parker Denny. The wind, the pitch, cut on and missed. As Denny takes a big strike one. You know, this YouTube feed getting very Newark heavy. As former players join in the chat. The pop-up here from Denny.
We got to stop hitting pop-ups if they want to win a championship.
Craig Corliss makes the second out of the inning. So Corliss 2 for 2 against the offense this inning. Yeah. As that's going to bring up Cameron Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 1 so far here in the game.
He also popped up to the first baseman.
He did. As now again, we'll have to see if history repeats itself.
Oh, there's only been 3 pitches in this inning as well.
That's number 4 in there for a strike. Yeah. So Chase Austin has found something he likes.
Moving quickly through today.
Don't go jinxing it now, George.
Now I got to...
The wind and the pitch. Was expecting you to disconnect the camera on that one, as we've had so many troubles here on YouTube this year. As 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
I don't want to ruin the chat that's going on.
We don't, for sure. The wind, the pitch, cut on over the head of the second baseman. That's going to get down, and that will allow Cameron Reynolds to reach 1 for 2 on the day as the Pilots fans go nuts. So, once again, Chase Austin heads back to the mound. Sean Hillis, who is no official at bat, hit by a pitch his first time up and was caught stealing on the most unique play I think I've seen in quite a while. As he stole second base, ran back towards first, jogged back towards first, which allowed them to tag him out, as no one could figure out why he was going back.
I think the explanation that we came up with is he thought it was a foul ball, and then he had to go back, and when he was about halfway back, he realized he made a terrible mistake.
I believe he figured that out when the ball was thrown over to first, as now Austin, 0-1 count, throws again, bounces it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. So, 1-1 count. So far, just 1 run scored against the Pioneers, who have a lead with 2. We talk about scoring in bunches, George. Haven't seen that so far this season. Or, excuse me, this game. As that one in there low, 2 balls, 1 strike. So, an opportunity for our favorite call, George. We'll see if he can get himself another strike.
I'd rather pop out to first. But
that would be unique for sure. Runner off and going. Popped up and... George, did you just get your wish?
Nope.
Nope. Pang's going to go back to play. He will make the grab, and that will do it for the top of the 4th. So, unfortunately, pop out to the catcher. That will leave the inning 2-1 as we head for the bottom of the 4th. Pioneers, as YouTube asking you to stop with the pop-outs. We head to the break. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and we are back live as the Pioneers go back to the plate. Quick reminder, as the Elmira Pioneers trying to move themselves into third place with a victory here today, they would need a loss from the Adirondack Trailblazers. My apologies.
Close
that
enough.
one's hit there by Derigi.
We got a pop-up.
Convergence. And the catch is made by the center fielder. So Derigi will head back to the bench as Derigi goes 0 for 1 after walking earlier. So the Adirondack Trailblazers 2, Utica Blue Sox 5 in the top of the 8th. The Utica Blue Sox certainly could help the Pioneers out with a long bus ride tomorrow. They could head to Geneva for the postseason game tomorrow instead of heading out to Utica, a much, much longer trip. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away there. As again, Richardson 0 for 1 on the day. Trying to get something started. He's 0 for 1 on the day. A no ball, 1 strike count. As we're here in the bottom of the 4th.
You lined out to third bases last time. Not a pop out.
Not a pop out.
A line out.
George becoming famous for his pop out calls now. The wind, the pitch, drilled right back to the pitcher. It bounced. Throw over in time. But good on Kyle running that one out. You like to see that here on the last day of the regular season.
Yeah.
Trevor Henneman will be the next man up. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI already. David Bermudez, Dunfield, my favorite place to play in this PGCB. Thank you, David. We appreciate that. You had some success here, as I recall, well.
The rain's back.
The rain has returned. Pioneers need to get through at least the top of the next inning before this game can be impacted by the rain.
It looks like clay in front of home plate.
That would be fine as long as we can get through the top of the next inning. The wind, the pitch, inside for a ball, 1-0.
The way we're bouncing balls up there, we're going to have a vase out there at some point.
We might. Do we need the song?
What? Oh, yeah, no.
My
you
life,
can go play it.
My darling. The wind, the pitch, in there for a strike, 1-1. It's a ghost moment.
Yeah.
Parents listening into the feed, I hope you appreciated that. Not so much for my singing, but for the memory. As 1 ball, 1 strike. As that one bounced up again. I believe
I thought he fouled that one.
I couldn't.
Because I thought it was a check swing that.
Well, that's what I thought originally, but the way that it bounced, I couldn't tell. I'm waiting for the umpire to put his fingers up.
The scoreboard is
2 balls, 1 strike according to the scoreboard. So we're going to go with that. The windup, the pitch, taken for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As again, Henneman looking to make it a 2 for 2 day. Coming back set. The windup and the pitch inside. That'll be ball 3, 3-2. As the umpire trades out baseballs. 3-2 here, George. Henneman looking to keep it perfect so far. Granted, only 1 appearance so far, but still.
Yep, he's got that single and then came around to score and had an RBI.
As the windup and the pitch inside again. That gets by the catcher, and that will allow Henneman to move down to first. He will not try to advance, certainly not even giving much of an effort to get down to first. He took the walk and literally walked. As that's going to bring up Zach Turner. Turner, again, he shocked me with that flare earlier.
Yeah, an opposite field double that got all the way out to that muddy warning track that we were talking about.
That just his 3rd hit in his time here in Elmira. As now Turner stands at the plate. So we do want to thank everybody who's tuned in all season long as the Pioneers look forward to a playoff spot tomorrow. The wind, the pitch, in there for a strike, 0-1. I know I've certainly had some fun, as I'm hoping you have too, George.
Yeah.
As we get ready to head back to the cooler temperatures of First Arena.
Yeah, and the seats.
And the seat. We do get seats at First Arena. That is also accurate. For the size of the booth, we may need to knock down a wall next summer. Just once again. One more time. 1 ball, 1 strike. And thank you, Kyle. That's appreciated. The wind and the pitch. In there for strike 2 off the corner. You can always tune in to Elmira Enforcers action all season long on Mixler.com and live on the TBD broadcast home of the Federal Hockey League.
There's a spider on our camera.
There was a fly. I believe it is gone now.
Yep.
Swung on and missed by Turner. That will be an out as Turner goes down on strikes. And the Elmira Pioneers go back to the dugout. So as the rain continues to fall, Pioneers need 3 outs to make it a complete game. We'll have to see. You're listening to Pioneers action on Mixler.com. All right, well, Michael Gorman steps up to the plate. The Pioneers going back to work on the mound. As soon as this half inning is over, we would be more than okay with the rain beginning a full descent.
Yep.
As a 2-1 lead for the Pioneers would be good enough. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Chase Austin into his 5th inning of work, George.
Yeah, no one up in either bullpen, which was a little surprising as that one's fouled off. We said we'd hope to see Chase Austin kind of stretch it out for a little bit. We didn't know how long he'd be able to go because he's been a reliever for most of the season. But again, last game of the regular season, you hope to have your bullpen ready for tomorrow's game in the playoffs. So he's doing a good job keeping me game close.
The wind and the pitch. Ground ball towards Derigi. Derigi scoops it up, makes the throw, not in time. That'll pull Corliss off the bag as Derigi tried to rush. So that's going to put Gorman on an error, so he'll go over 2. But that's going to bring up Dylan Blanchard. Blanchard, no official at bat, base on ball, his first time up. If he could get a ground ball to Derigi, that'd be about perfect.
Yeah, had a stolen base and came around to score his last time out there.
We're going to ignore that part, George.
Yeah.
That is not
Well,
happy
we're
talk.
It's a 2-1 ball game for a reason. Our favorite DH with no batting gloves and no body fat is up there.
You're not wrong. He stands in the batter's box. You almost lose him.
Yeah.
No balls, 1 strike. 1 out so far. As that one swung on. So 0-2.
No,
I don't have an out.
Kyle says he's going to miss you. He's not going to miss me.
Oh, you should be offended, George.
I am offended. I hope this guy pops out.
There's no out yet, though, is there? The pitch in there. Catcher has some trouble.
There's not an
Oh,
out
there is
yet.
now.
Oh,
So there's an out.
yeah.
The out has been recorded on the strikeout to Blanchard. So Kyle says, stop, George.
Well, he didn't pop out, so
I believe that was the first out of the inning.
yes.
There we go. Problem solved. James Rabel, top of the order.
I can see why he doesn't.
Too many pop
Why he doesn't like me? I've been calling all the pop outs.
The pitch. Inside 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As again, the Elmira Pioneers. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, as opposed to the Newark Pilots, 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. Cut on and fouled away by James Rabel. That's a 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out count. George, hey, remind me, what does that mean?
That is a Tioga Down showdown.
Perfect.
You go to the buffet.
Can go to the buffet. Can stay at the hotel. Can gamble.
Yep.
Can watch horse cart racing. Can gamble on sports. Quite an evening. In there for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count is James Rabel, easily identifiable by that hockey hair, George.
Yeah.
Really got it going.
You're already in hockey season, John.
I'm there. Been there. Wind the pitch. Runner is off and going. Pop up and will not throw. Pang saw nobody covering the base. Brody Moore just staying a little bit off.
We have a lot of stolen bases in this game.
So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As the leadoff man, James Rabel, now removes the possibility of the double play with that stolen base. Cut on, ground ball towards Corliss. Picked up. He will run it over, waving off the pitcher, and Rabel gives up. So Rabel made it halfway down the base pass and said, no. So that's going to bring up Bailey Jimenez. And you were saying, George?
No, I was about to say I count, I think, 4 stolen bases and 2 caught stealings in this game already.
As that's going to bring up Bailey Jimenez. Jimenez 1 for 2, does have an RBI, and with a runner 90 feet from home, certainly not going to want to see that replicated. The wind, the pitch, taken for a ball just off the outside corner. 1-0, 2 outs. As the Newark faithful continue to be present out there. We'll get to that question in just a second. The wind, the pitch, inside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. We are being asked if we're impressed with Chase Austin's performance so far tonight. I got to tell you, George, I genuinely am. Chase can throw a solid couple of innings, going 5 already here tonight. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Again, we weren't, like I said earlier, we weren't sure what we were going to get out of him being a reliever for most of the season. And
how many times have we said that this season? Tom Catania, nameless names out of the bullpen. I mean, it seems like every time somebody starts, you wonder. As the next pitch, cut on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown.
Yeah, but no, definitely impressed with him. We talked about he doesn't necessarily have a velocity that you look for from a pitcher, but he's kept this game relatively close, giving up only 1 run off 3 hits.
In his 3rd year in a Pioneers uniform, by the way, so certainly a veteran presence in the locker room. The wind, the pitch, high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 count. You can't ask for it to get any closer as Jimenez, the number 2 batter. Coming back set. The line, the pitch from Austin, cut on, drilled out there towards center. This should be, and is caught out in center field. That will strand the runner at 3rd base. And the Pioneers head to the bottom of the 5th, 2-1. If the rain would like to start now, we would welcome it. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, the Pioneers back up to the plate, and they'll be looking to get something going here tonight. As we welcome in some more Pilots fans going through our YouTube broadcast. We thank you so much for tuning in. As George, we're being taken over.
We are. Oh, not on the scoreboard.
Not on the scoreboard. 2-1, still
That's all
in
that
favor of the
matters.
Elmira Pioneers, as Utica still leading 7-3 out there in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pioneers hoping for 4 more defensive outs and an ability to close out the Pilots here tonight. Again, Newark has been a very competitive team all year long. Going to be hard to keep them down in just a 1-run lead. So Nathan Pang going back to work 0 for 1.
Again, still no one up in either bullpen. So I think we said we were especially surprised the Newark starting pitcher is getting stretched out as much as he is.
1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, the Newark broadcaster was up here for the bottom of the first, mentioned a strategy of 2-2-2-1, as that one's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Apparently, the coach has decided otherwise, and who could blame him? 3 hits through 4 innings. I mean, that is good numbers. Can't take anything away from the Pilots pitcher here today, as Matthew Boyko still working a heck of an outing. Cut on and popped up. That'll get foul. 1 ball, 2 strike count one more time as the wildlife continues to circle the camera and the booth. Nathan Pang, again, really trying to get something straightened out before the playoffs. Certainly, whether you face Utica or Geneva, everyone in the roster going to have to really nail it down in tomorrow afternoon's game.
And what's the score of that game, John?
As of right now, we'll see. I'm nervous to look. Still 2 outs, 7-3. Utica with the lead. So if scores hold as they are right now, Pioneers would move up to 3rd place. That is the hope for the Pioneers. That is why they need the win here tonight. The wind and the pitch taken outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, as Nathan Pang using that eye. As interesting phrasing on YouTube. We'll get to that in just a second, as that's fouled off. Did that get out of here, George?
Nope.
No, I'm going to stay in. So we still have not had a Gerber collision moment.
That one bounced into the lake over in the bullpen. That is the only thing in the bullpen right now.
Well, the next pitch delivered, cut on, drilled out there towards left. That one will get down as Nathan Pang, and he celebrates getting to first. He is thrilled, and I'll tell you why. The last few games for Nathan Pang have been nothing short of disappointing, a .056 in his last 5. So he has got to feel like the weight of the world is off his shoulders right now.
Oh, we just saw a nice little, he did a couple fist pumps out there.
Certainly did. Now the next comment there, I do want to revert back to.
But the ouch?
Not the ouch. We're going to go a little bit further back there. All about the bullpen for the playoffs. So true, and the Pioneers, as most teams this time of the year, feeling the pinch as that's in there for a ball. 1-0 must have been a little high.
I was about to say, who's in line to start, because you don't have most of the starters
That's
here.
the question, because you would automatically assume it'd be Rubino. Rubino has had to be sent back home as dancing off of first, and that will be an out. Picked off was Nathan Pang, who got a little too confident over there on first base. So he was picked off over at first, and now Mejia will bat with nobody on. As we thank you for clearing the spider.
Yep.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out now.
So no Rubino.
No Rubino, the wind, the pitch. As that one hits the batter, so Mejia will head down. His second free pass of the night. First time was a base on balls. I'm sure he would have preferred the 4 pitches to the one hitting him. But again, that's going to bring up Brody Moore. We were talking about who's going to start. Catania's an option.
Yep.
You keep looking down that list. You think Catania. You think maybe Bardo. Maybe Kester. I don't know that Teshko would be the go-to guy. So pitching has been light league this year. So yeah, that's accurate. I mean, it's been a hard year for pitchers, and I know the Pioneers weren't helped out when they lost 3 of their planned starters, as that one bounced towards the shortstop, picked up, thrown to second, over to first, in time double play, the second one of the day for Brody Moore, as that is going to end the bottom of the 5th. We'll head for the top of the 6th. We'll keep talking pitching when we come back. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, and with that, Chase Austin working out for another half inning of work. I can't blame him, George. Austin has been phenomenal so far.
We have a runaway.
As now, radio going to help the the child get off the field. As there he goes. So the clubby helping out. Side note, we always enjoyed having you in our press box in Newark. Hope to see you next year. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. It was a pleasure to come to Newark. All of your guys in the press box, always absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much for hosting me up there.
Didn't host me.
They did not. You don't travel with the team, George.
Wow.
You're more than welcome to come on those long bus rides with me. I would certainly love to have you. As stepping back in, Chase Austin comes set. See if he can keep it going. I'm 100%. Austin has been belting us. That's George.
A fly ball, not a pop up. It went all the way to the outfield. It's not a pop up.
Yeah, still. Figured you'd want to say it anyway.
Yeah. I'll call it when it happens.
So right in there, Alan Murphy quickly 0 for 2. Saw one pitch for whatever reason, and this is the funny part to me, George, is you look at a guy like Chase Austin, the way that he's pitched all season, and Newark's seen him a couple of times. To come out attacking him, his best pitch is usually 2, 3, 4 into the at bat. Usually that first pitch, a little bit more wild. He's trying to work that knuckleball.
Yep.
As he swings, that one's out there for a foul ball, 0-1. So I'm a little surprised to see Newark attacking, just due to that fact. I don't want to mince words here either. Newark certainly been an impressive team against the Pioneers all season. However, this attack style is a little different than what we've seen from them this season. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and George, that gives us
a Tioga Down showdown.
Woohoo! Another Tioga Down showdown in the regular season here in the top of the 6th inning. Pioneers with that 2-1 lead. Scored the 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd, have yet to score since, as that's in there for a ball. A little bit inside. So again, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As now, this is what I'm talking about. Right around here, this is where you start to see Chase Austin tune in. As even there, he's high. Of course, getting into, I mean, I'll be frank with you, I don't think I've seen Chase Austin pitch 6 innings of work in this season. So, kind of new territory here, as this one's chopped on out there towards right. Turner makes the grab 2 steps shy of the warning track. And Tate Ballestero. Did I change it again? I might have. I do apologize.
Yep,
as that's 0 for 3. That's going to bring up Parker Denny 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So Denny to face Chase Austin, as Austin now 1 out away from going 6 complete. At the start of this game, George, I'm asking you straight up, did you ever expect to see 6 straight?
No, I thought we'd see like 2 1/3. That's Chase Austin.
That is about what I expected as well.
I think they would have been happy with 2 1/3.
Certainly. Austin certainly known for his velocity. He's known for the way that his pitches move. But a couple of times through the order, that has got to take its toll, as that swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he's still firing. It's not like he's been struggling here.
No, just 3 hits against him.
And he's had quick innings here.
The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away. As Bermudez. Parker is my guy. Hit a bomb last time here at Elmira. Pilots filled with great character guys. As sure as I am that is accurate, we are hoping not to see it tonight. This one. Oh! As George tunes in.
To first base.
Corliss makes the catch. And that is about the... Count them up, George.
Yep. A lot.
A lot of pop-ups to first.
He popped out to first his last time up, too.
Did he really?
He did.
All right. Well, another pop-up to first. The Pioneers will head back for the plate in the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers still leading 2-1. We head for the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. Cutting off, but all right. Craig Corliss comes up to the plate, and the Elmira Pioneers now watching intently, 2 outs away from Utica claiming victory here. So, Corliss, 0 for 2, struck out, has yet to have a hit this season. He
Check
takes
swing.
on that one, according to the home plate umpire. Oh, no, they're going to check. No, saying he didn't go.
Yeah.
1 ball, no strikes. As Corliss looks out. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled, gets down. Craig Corliss has a hit. His first hit since joining the Pioneers. As congratulations to Craig Corliss. Somebody tossed that ball in. That's been a horrible wait for Craig Corliss. As now Bryce Moskowitz comes up to the plate and the scoreboard celebrates. As once again, 2-1 score. Moskowitz 0 for 2 on the night. As I'm sorry, fans. I know you can't see it based on the greenness of the camera, but the scoreboard flashing along with the song playing on the walk-up as the wind and the pitch. Ooh, doesn't get that one. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I could blame Boyko for being a little frustrated on that one.
We now have a man going out to the opposing bullpen.
Here in the bottom of the 6th. Throw over, not in time. Don't know that Corliss known much as a stolen base type guy, but he does read the pitchers well as a catcher. Certainly part of the job description.
Dan Munn, the one on that bullpen.
Dan Munn, another name we've heard quite a bit.
Yep.
Certainly remember seeing him a time or two here. Throw over one more time as George's favorite play in baseball.
Should be illegal. What you need to do, like,
if any owners are listening, George would like to
like 5 feet off the bag, just do a little spray paint right there. If the guy goes past that point, then yes, you can throw over. If he stays within the 5 feet of the bag, then no throwovers.
2 balls and no strikes as Bryce steps back up.
It'll save hours a season. My goodness.
As once again, the windup and the pitch. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes to Bryce Moskowitz. So a 3-0 count. Moskowitz would love to put runners on first and second here. The chatter has died down in the YouTube box. As once again,
I'm about to say we don't want the Pioneers to pop up, but
that's in there for a strike, 3-1.
Don't die, John. We got a playoff game tomorrow, and I don't travel with the team.
That is true, George. As now again, waiting. The throw over one more time. And George, they test the theory.
Yep.
As that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick look here. Get a quick refresh just to be sure. As that is in there for ball 4. The Utica Blue Sox have triumphed 7-3 over the Adirondack Trailblazers. So, runners now stand on first and second. Moskowitz earned himself a walk. Brennan DeRiggi, the next man due up. He's 0 for 1. Has a base on balls, 2 stolen bases, and came around to score, George.
Yeah, he's had a successful second inning. Yeah, that's about it. He flew out earlier.
He did. However, that all being said, the Pioneers, if they can claim victory here tonight, would secure the 3rd place in the standings and earn themselves a trip to Geneva tomorrow. Cut on, ground ball through the hole. Trying to get around is Corliss. He's going to head for home. Corliss on his horse, and he will make it there. That will get by the catcher and the pitcher, and the runners will move to second and third. So, as promised, there's the horn to wake up some people. If we win, we move to 3rd place, and we'll play Geneva tomorrow.
And if we lose?
If we lose, then none of that matters. 7-3 over the Adirondack Trailblazers. So now communication
I
at
can't
the
travel
mound.
because I work. I will be at Watkins Glen tomorrow as we have a pitching change.
We certainly do. as a single and an RBI.
Oh, maybe not a pitching change.
We'll have to see. As there's the appreciation from the crowd. Yes,
Chase Austin's doing a little towel whip as he heard that.
As the camera is pink, thank you for the commentary. We are well aware of this. Does not happen outside of historic Dunfield. Must have something to do with the older feel. We're trying the black and white look, perhaps. I'm not sure.
But it's pink, so
it is pink. You know what? I'm trying, George. I'm trying to come up with an explanation.
Oh, you're not doing a good job.
It is what it is. So again,
the cameras at First Arena work.
They do.
Fans can come out and see those. Actually, we don't. Oh, yeah, no, they do work.
They do work.
Yeah.
And we'd like to remind everybody, Pioneers season may be on the wrap-up, but the Enforcer season will be starting on October 25th and 26th against the defending champion, Carolina Thunderbirds. Certainly will be fun.
Yeah. It was a great playoff series. That Thunderbird series didn't end up the way we wanted it to, with that one apparently a strike, with the Thunderbirds winning the championship in First Arena.
Certainly did, as the Enforcers will be looking for retribution. The Pioneers will be looking for their first ever PGCBL title. As again, the pitch, cut on ground ball, fouled away, 0-2. As the game isn't over quite yet, Kyle, the the Pilots still with a chance to come back. They're only down by 2 runs, and the Pioneers still need to keep things going here. They have runners on second and third. As again, Kyle Richardson takes a long look out. Boyko being allowed to continue. The pitch, cut on and missed, and that will be a strikeout on Kyle Richardson. So as Trevor Henneman will be the next man up. He's 1 for... I've got something missing in my scorebook.
Nope. He's 1 for 1 with a walk.
He is. There we go. All right.
Yep. He walked his last time up. Had a single in the second. RBI single and came around to score. And score Bet's second run in the first.
Well, if he can provide another single here, that could score 2.
It could.
Especially with the infield drawn in on the infield grass. We see this prevent defense often in this league.
The outfield playing way back as well.
So a lot of hole there to put a ball into. The pitch, taken for a ball on the outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, as the Pioneers are now in control of their own destiny here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Win, and you move to third.
A lot of crawling.
Is Munn still up in the Newark bullpen is the question. He is, yes. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. As there is something moving along.
There's a lot of crawling things by my face, and I do not want them near me.
As we once again explore historic Dunfield here in the beautiful press box. As coming back set. The pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards left. This should be playable, but should be deep enough as the center fielder ranges over to make the catch. The throw coming in. That will score another run, but keep the runner duck put on second. So Henneman gets the sac fly RBI. And it's a 4-1 Elmira Pioneers lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Zach Turner, next man up, 1 for 2, a double, and a strikeout.
Mon is now stopped throwing, but he's still out there. He's ready to come in whenever needed.
Assuming we'll see him in the 7th.
Yep. And no one up for the Pios.
So Chase Austin still going to be the man. Unless, of course, Nathan Peng has moved.
That is true.
We've seen that before. As now the windup and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away there by Turner. No balls, 1 strike. As Crawley things continue to...
Yep. Well, that one's no longer crawling. I made sure of that.
You certainly did, George. As now once again... Big sack from Jeff Mejia. Thanks so much for tuning in again as a runner off and going from second to third. Ground ball chopped down there by the third baseman, and that is going to be in time. Beautiful play there by the sprawling third baseman, Michael Gorman. So that will put Zach Turner back to the bench. It will not help out that runner trying to steal third base. The Pioneers have a 4-1 lead, are in control of their own destiny as they head to the top of the 7th. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, well, we are back here live. George, you have a prediction you want to make here?
Yeah, I think Chase Austin can give a full 9 here tonight, John. He's starting here in the 7th.
Well, as you said, Matt Busher getting loose out there in the bullpen. We'll see how long a leash Chase Austin has. A 4-1 lead for your Pioneers. The wind, the pitch, in there for a ball. 1-0. Cameron Reynolds trying to get things started. He's 1 for 2 on the day. As Austin winds and deals. Cut on and fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reynolds almost screwing himself into the ground there.
Yeah.
He certainly went at least 360 on that cut.
So it's a Tioga Down showdown with 1-1-1. What about 0-0-0 to start the inning?
I've been asked that. It is not a Tioga Down showdown, as that one's in there for strike 2, 1-2, just on the outside corner. And Cameron Reynolds needs to take a walk. Was not happy with that call, and we've seen that a couple times as batters have been questioning that outside corner a little bit. Austin winds, delivers, cut on and missed, and Austin has himself a strikeout to begin the top of the 7th.
I've noticed one thing, and we see it here. Players using the exact same bat.
They are, yes. We've seen that.
He literally just handed the bat off.
We've seen that a couple times, and part of that has to be, and this is just my observation, is players bring a couple of bats with them from their college days where they are obviously provided. I would assume, as hockey sticks are. That one gets by. So,
little floater.
Unfortunately, that will be a hit for Sean Hillis as he goes 1 for 2. His second time on base today as he was hit by a pitch earlier. He was caught stealing.
Let's hope he tries to steal again because that worked out well for him.
But they do bring a couple of bats, but by the end of a 48-game season, I mean, one has to assume
I saw it last night when I was watching from the stands with my camera.
Yeah, we missed you here last night, George.
I just thought it was interesting, guys, just picking up the same bat. Because usually with the bats, people like a certain grip or a certain weight. I guess in this level, you don't really have that luxury to.
Once you break a couple of bats, you got to go with what you got. I haven't seen that
many broken bats this year.
I could take you down the locker room, George.
Okay.
Austin winds, delivers, cut on ground ball, scooped up by Brody Moore. He throws to second in time, won't get it over to first in time, but they do get the lead runner, so that will allow Gorman to reach on the fielder's choice. So he will take an 0 for 3 on the day, and that'll bring up George's favorite batter, Dylan Blanchard.
Yep.
Blanchard comes up once again, grabbing the same bat, no batting gloves, no protective equipment whatsoever, minus the helmet. And again, I believe the word you used was wiry.
Wiry.
And I have to say it like that because if you've ever watched the movie The Replacements, you understand why. Not a Keanu Reeves fan?
I've never seen the movie.
That's unfortunate.
I'm a 90s kid, John.
Yeah. Keep reminding me how old I am. George's, that's in there.
I'm not. I'm just saying I'm a 90s kid. I didn't say how old you are. You're giving away yourself.
The wind and the pitch. In there for ball 2, 2-0. I will remind all the listeners at home, already a base on balls tonight for Blanchard, so certainly a good eye despite the lack of batting equipment, if you will.
Also stolen base.
The wind pitch, runners going, pops up, thrown down, and not in time as Brody Moore.
Does he stay there?
He was sharp with that one. Did you see Moore kept the tag right on him? Obviously would have liked to get that. 2 balls, 1 strike is the call. It was a pretty good pitch by Chase Austin,
too. The second stolen base for Gorman tonight.
As the windup and the pitch. Missed there. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Kyle's now predicting Austin will go the distance. So, again, hey, top of the 7th. He's got 2 quick outs. Runners off and moving. Not going to catch him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As not even a throw. Runner was going before Chase even finished his motion.
So we give him 3 stolen bases tonight?
I think that one's defensive indifference, don't you? The wind and the pitch. Taken for strike 3, and that will do it. As down goes Blanchard for the second time tonight on strikes. And the Elmira Pioneers will head up to the plate for the bottom of the 7th inning, leading 4-1. See if the Pioneers can complete the victory and move themselves into 3rd place. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right. Well, we know one pitcher won't go the distance as coming into the game. George, if you want to go ahead since you already talked him up.
Oh, that's Munn.
It is Munn, as that's the wrong side of the board. Munn, 0 for 1.
0 for 1 with a 4.86 ERA in 13 games. 2 of those starts, 33 in the third innings, 41 hits, 18 earned runs, 16 walks to 9 strikeouts. So not a great strikeout to walk ratio for him.
It isn't, but again,
kind of backwards.
This late in the season, we've seen Munn come in. He's thrown some good games. It'll be interesting to see what he does.
We've definitely seen him this year.
One of the nice things about a guy like Munn, however, he's got a pace. George, if you recall, that's one of the things.
That's our favorite thing.
We commented on the last time we saw Dan Munn on the mound.
He's ready to go.
The wind and pitch, cut on pop. I'm sorry, George. I stole your line. As that will be caught.
Yep.
And Nathan Pang will hang his head again. Pang very frustrated here. Was happy to get that hit earlier. Ended up getting picked off. But that'll bring up the top of the order. Jeff Mejia, Brody Moore, the last two batters supposedly due up here in the bottom of the seventh.
Yep, Mejia walked, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch.
So reach base twice. As Bermuda is getting behind Dan Munn.
He's cheering for the wrong team.
Bermuda has played for Newark.
Oh, I've heard the name so many times. I forget who plays for who at this point.
As the windup and the pitch, taken high for a ball, 1-0.
And as I said it, I knew what was wrong.
Well, for what it's worth,
the names start to mix at this point of the year.
The wind and the pitch, cut on ground ball over towards first, scooped up, thrown to the pitcher, not going to get there in time as Mejia will reach. Mejia turned on the afterburners there.
And you like to see that again. This game, for the most part, doesn't count a whole that much for the Pioneers, but still hustling down the line.
You do love to see that, as that's going to bring up Brody Moore. Do have to preface that with Brody Moore having grounded into 2 double plays tonight. So some danger. Did want to make a quick comment to David Bermudez. Absolutely a pleasure to watch you play this year. Thanks so much, and best of luck back in your college baseball career. As now, Munn comes back set. Munn winds and delivers. In there for a strike right down the gut. I don't think Brody Moore's going to see a better pitch than that. As Brody steps back in. Brody, after the season ends, will go back to Auburn University. They had a nice run into the College World Series this year.
They did.
In there for strike 2. 0-2 the count. As once again, Brody looking for another hit here tonight. He's 1 for 3. The 2 that he did not reach were double play balls. Line pitch. Mejia off and going. That one high. Mejia will get into second base, on the stolen base. So Mejia turning on the burners. And he again leads the team in stolen bases. That's his 14th of the year. As once again, Moore takes a long look out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bounces up to the plate. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 4-1 deficit for the Newark Pilots here in the bottom of the 7th as the Pioneers tried to extend the lead a little bit.
Yep, and the final line for Boyko, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Certainly respectable line this summer.
Yeah.
That one way outside. The catcher able to keep it in front of him. Almost a wax on, wax off look there. Little Karate Kid action. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As now, Brody Moore takes a look. He waits. Checking back on the runner. Mejia certainly is dancing out there. That one in there for a strike. Brody Moore will go down for the first time tonight on the called strike. He takes it looking, as that's going to bring up Craig Corliss. Corliss 1 for 3. Does have a strikeout, but he got the bat going earlier. That perhaps the most important thing for the Elmira Pioneers.
Yeah, had a single and came around to score in the 6th inning. We also have starting to come around a big spider web right in front of us, John.
There is. Once again.
Very large.
It is rather big, and look at the size of the spider. It's pretty tiny.
It. Nope, there's one on the side that is much bigger.
Oh, okay. Good to know. As long as it stays on the outside, I'm okay with that, George.
Bigger. There's still one right by my face, but I cannot get rid of. It's on the other side of his glass, so hopefully it stays there.
The wind and the pitch. Take it. Not sure
Well,
where that missed.
Must have been high.
Munn did not like the call. As Corliss.
That righty's still warming up for the Pios, by the way.
That is Busher down there in the pen. We'll see if he's to come in the 8th and possibly work 6 outs. That would be idealistic. The pitch right down the gut there as Corliss knew it. Corliss absolutely frozen. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 4-1 deficit for the Pilots. The Pioneers trying to hang on. Bounces up there, 2 balls, 1 strike. Pioneers 7 hits.
Yeah.
That is actually on the low side for them as of recently. They've been hitting 12 and 13 hits a game, so a little interesting. Again, you take Trey Harmon out of the lineup, move some other pieces around. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. That's going to get it over there to the shortstop. James Rabel pops up, throws over to first, and the catch is made and just barely made off of that bouncing ball. So the end of 7 complete. The Pioneers 4, the Newark Pilots 1. We'll head to a commercial break and be right back after this. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty as Coach's Corner started playing there for whatever reason. Pre-record's got a little out of order there, so my apologies, fans. As Matt Busher takes over on the hill. Busher has had an interesting season, to say the least. A win, 2 losses, 9.99 ERA. 11 games he's appeared in, 1 start, 24.1 innings pitched, 29 hits, 31 runs, 27 earned, 25 bases on balls, and 26 strikeouts. So, some discussion here with the first base coach, I believe, as there was mention of some inclement weather. I believe that was from you there, George.
It was.
As we'll have to see. So, top of the 8th inning, Matt Busher going to be looking for a very quick 3 outs. As the throwdown occurs, first man coming up is the leadoff, James Rabel, 1 for 3 on the day. So Rabel will take a look out as there's a little bit of a flash in the sky.
Yeah. And we mentioned Chase Austin now coming out after 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts.
Unbelievable numbers for Chase Austin. I guarantee you, if you'd gone in the locker room, that was not expected.
Nope.
So a 4-1 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. Top of the 8th, the wind, the pitch from Busher, cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. As again, some flashing lights out there.
And there's a righty warming up for Newark.
The wind and the pitch outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Can you get a number on that, George?
Not yet, because he is facing the other way, John.
Oh, good to know.
He's very far away as well.
He is very far away.
Yeah.
You have the angle, though, so that's why I asked you. That's why I go out to check on our bullpen, because I can't see because of a rather large pole in the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. You found that a lot funnier than I did, George, as once again, Busher coming back set. More flashing light.
Yep.
The wind and pitch. Cut on. Ground ball towards Derigi. Scoops it up. Derigi misplays it. Still has time. Throws over and not in time. Rabel got himself down to first.
Nope. Second error in the game for Derigi.
So reaching on the error as Bailey Jimenez will head up to the plate now.
think that error coming back in the 5th.
As Jimenez steps up to the plate.
It is a righty warming up, I can tell you that much.
As now, Busher comes set. The pitch, cut on and missed by Jimenez. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. As again, long look. As Busher comes set. The pitch, the runner's off and going, fouled back, 0-2. So that'll send the runner back to first base. Rabel certainly has the speed to be able to make it down. As now again. Coming back set. Jimenez. Looks out. Busher. Takes a long look in.
It's a long look.
Not
Ooh.
seeing any Busher fans in the YouTube
there's
chat
usually
tonight.
one or
Busher,
two.
yeah, I was going to say the last game had quite a cheering section.
Well, he had a cheering section in the stands and online.
Certainly did. As I talked to Matt after that game, and he told me about the name I had some trouble with, that it was a last name, and corrected me. That's in there for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So again, as always, George, I want to thank our great fans on YouTube and Mixler.com who tune in every single broadcast and listen to Elmira Pioneers baseball. Coming back set, the wind and the pitch. Taken for strike 3, and Jimenez goes down looking. So 1 for 4 goes Jimenez. Top of the order now. Check my count here, George. I've got 2 for 8, 10.
Well,
2 for 10 with the base on ball. Top 3 in the order.
Top 3 guys?
Yep.
Let's see. I got 1 hit. I have 1 hit.
I've got 2 for 10 plus a base on balls.
Well, who do you have getting hit?
Murphy. I got hits from Rabel, hit from Jimenez.
Oh, yep. You're right. They both had him in 3rd.
There's a strike. 0-1.
So 2 hits. You're right.
2 hits in 10 at bats. And a base on balls again.
I got a walk and an error in there as well.
There is I was going to exclude the error because I'm not going to dish on Derigi like that. Certainly, you heard it in the pregame. That one really flush, as we saw the crack across the sky out there in center field. The wind and pitch from Busher, cut on, fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. Busher going to be looking for the put-away pitch here.
So there's probably about 5 or 6 guys who could be in that bullpen, John. So we're narrowing it down.
We are narrowing it down. We've eliminated the lefties.
It's not Alan Murphy. He's listed as a pitcher. Actually, he's a left-handed pitcher, but he's up to bat right now.
I was
in
just
the left-handed batter's box.
The wind and the pitch.
Ooh.
Inside, that got him on the foot. Yep. That's going to advance the runners. As Murphy takes himself down to first with the hit by pitch, his 2nd time on base tonight. As that'll bring up Tate Ballestero. I'm trying. I honestly just.
Well, maybe you can watch or ask the former Newark pilot who's listening tonight. Pronunciation former team.
If you've got it, any of you pilot fans, I'm more than
Ballestero, Ballestero. I don't know.
We've had some issues with the pronunciation guide
all season long.
And to be fair, I was just going to say, and to be fair, I've heard your broadcaster change it too. So I'm looking for some specification there, as that's fouled off. George, is that our first?
Nope.
No. Stays in the park.
The train's gone by.
It is. Usually trains are reserved for Oneonta. Those are plentiful up there. As again, coming back set, Busher turns back towards second. Nobody even close to throw to, so wisely holding up. As we're not going to get a response here to the correct pronunciation again. That one's in there, popped up, and foul again. Did that one get out, George?
Nope, that is wrong. Rolling along the grass.
As again, 0-2.
Yep, that big spider has made its way onto the web.
I see that.
And I believe it is eating the smaller spider.
Now, once again, you've tuned in not only here for
the Nature Channel,
Pioneers baseball, the pitch outside just a bit, 1 ball, 2 strikes, but also crikey, nature has
Yeah.
invaded the box.
Yep.
As Seinfeld is on next door, apparently.
Yeah.
Busher comes set, winds, delivers. Cut on, missed. That'll be strike 3. As Busher earns that one. As, again, Ballestero goes down. And that's going to bring up Parker Denny.
Yep, 0 for 3 tonight. And I believe that is Michael Salido.
So Michael Salido up down there in the bullpen for the bottom of the 8th, presumably. Busher coming back set out of Old Dominion. See if Busher can keep things going. Busher certainly a interesting character, as that one's in there for a strike, swinging 0-1. Pioneers now 4 defensive outs away from a 3rd place berth in the playoffs. Busher comes back set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed again, as Parker Denny looking to tie this game up with one swing of the bat. Certainly a player that can do it.
Yeah.
Talked about the numbers all night long. The wind and the pitch. Outside again. Almost the exact same pitch he saw in the last one there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You're talking about trying to tie the game up. It is cold, and there is no jet stream right now. No wind at all.
You see the flags limply hanging in center field.
Yep. A little hard to hit one out tonight. Knock on wood.
Cut on, ground ball. Brody Moore misplays it. Now he scoops it up. Runner coming around to home. Throw will be in. In time, the tag is made, and the Pioneers get out of the inning. What were they thinking on that one? James Rabel was hung out to dry. Unbelievable that how do you run him there? George, I don't understand that play whatsoever, but we head for the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, well, the former scorekeeper in Geneva has now entered the game.
That's what point of the season we're at, folks.
Certainly interesting, as
Michael Salido out of Massachusetts Dartmouth.
I don't believe that's right, is it?
That's what it says.
Number
It says
12?
UMass Dartmouth.
Huh. I don't know if
So unless that's been changed.
Has that been updated? Yes, it's Curtis Schultz.
Okay.
So off of the roster sheet there, George.
Well, I'm
Schultz,
going off of their website, and their guys are here tonight, so they
That is
should have
true.
fixed it.
Curtis Schultz, a 3.86 ERA, 3 games appeared in, 4.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 bases on balls, and no strikeouts.
You want to pronounce the college that he's representing?
Cazenovia.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with.
Oh, no one's helping us pronounce, so apparently
As
Salido
used to wear 12, and now he left.
Okay.
As we said, much of the roster has. Many of the All-Stars have had to go back home, as, of course, needing a break between now and fall ball. And then, of course, also just the school semester starting right back up. We talked about Peng coming on late because of the trimester. So again, you ask yourself, how much time do you have left?
Not that much.
The wind and the pitch. Cut on. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Rabel will scoop that one up. And he throws.
Oof.
The play is made. Luckily, Rabel able to throw it into the base path as the first baseman jumped over there and came down and made the tag. That's going to bring up Brennan DeRigi. DeRigi 1 for 2 base on balls, 2 stolen bases, and an RBI. Had a pretty good night, all in all.
Yeah.
4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pioneers 3 defensive outs away from claiming themselves the 3rd place in the Western Division.
Yep.
The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. DeRigi scoffs for a moment, and now we'll step back in. DeRigi was not a fan.
The nature's back out under the lights, John.
It certainly is. That's why we don't like to turn the lights on in here,
Nope.
George. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, fouled off. Over the stadium, and the first time tonight, make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
And auto glass. George, might be the final time we get to say that in the regular season.
Oof. Maybe last time this year.
Hopefully not. The wind, the pitch.
Hopefully not, but
1 ball,
potentially.
2 strikes. It is potentially.
everything's potentially.
I may not get to work with George again until hockey season.
Yeah, maybe.
Very sad. Very sad. We could be back in action, though, as early as Friday.
That
Late-
is true.
Late as Saturday.
Well, I will not be here.
The windup and the pitch. Fouled off.
I will be in Watkins Glen.
That's unfortunate, George.
Yep. And then I am on vacation next week.
That's more
So
unfortunate.
just a heads up.
You get a vacation?
It's my first vacation. It's my first vacation in almost 9 months.
Well, just get back to
10 months.
do the hockey stuff with me, bud.
I will be
As
back.
The wind, the pitch, cut on, fouled away again, and once
That one's
again
out.
we make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision. They are just filling up the ones they missed earlier.
Certainly are. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and one of the guys up here talking with me earlier, Kyle French, saying he's going to come in to pitch. I don't think I see anybody warming up.
Nope.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We'll have to see. As apparently he would wear 29, should that be the case, according to the YouTube chat. We want to thank everybody once again for tuning in all season long. We certainly love to have fun here, and we hope you do too.
Yeah, he is on the roster
Is he?
for Finger Lakes Community College.
That is not accurate. That one hit out there towards left. A bomb going back towards the warning track. 1 foot in front of it, and that will be caught as DeRigi goes down 1 for 3.
A long pop up there.
Actually, it's being reported as number 23, Kyle French, who was wearing Dan Munn's uniform, apparently.
Oh,
So once again, stepping back up, Kyle Richardson, 0 for 3, does have a strikeout here tonight. The wind, the pitch, cut on, drilled out there to left center. Gonna be caught. That will do it for the bottom of the 8th inning. So the Elmira Pioneers take a 4-1 lead to the top of the 9th, 3 outs away from claiming that number 3 spot. We'll see if they can do it when we come back. Gonna be Matt Busher's inning. Here come the Pioneers. All right, George, we're back. Matt Busher on the mound. As now, time running out for the Newark Pilots. According to the fans on YouTube, the rally caps are on. It starts off with Cameron Reynolds. Reynolds 1 for 3, has a strikeout today. Pioneers want 3 outs. Coming back set. The wind. The pitch. Just missed 1-0. Again, Elmira 3 outs away from claiming that third place spot in the playoffs. The wind and the pitch cut on, drilled out there towards the shortstop. Played down, not able to catch it was Brody Moore, and that will not get there in time. So Reynolds, I believe he's going to go 2 for 4.
You give him a hit for that?
As the chant will be hit.
No, that's an error.
No,
he dropped it.
I agree.
He dropped it.
So that's an error. As people screaming.
He dropped the ball. That's an error.
Sean Hillis. Oh, wow. This is an interesting game here, George. Cut on. Ground ball. Missed again. As that will put runners on first and second. That means the tying run will come to the plate.
He said rally cap time, so.
Michael Gorman going to come up now.
Speaking of errors, he's reached on error tonight.
So the score right now, 4-1 in favor of the Pioneers. David Bermudez also says hit.
There is a righty warming up in that bullpen. Oh, no, that is our friend warming up in the bullpen.
All right, so.
He's wearing khaki shorts, but he is warming up.
As if we go to the bottom of the ninth, apparently we know the guy going to pitch it.
Yep.
Once again, Matt Busher has runners on first and second. The tying run at the plate. As you look at Gorman's numbers on the year, runner is going. That's in there for a strike, so runners will stand at first and third now. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Gorman, a 198 hitter coming into today. No home runs, but 2 doubles. So, Gorman takes strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out yet for the Pilots. Pioneers trying to close the door. They need just 3 outs to secure that third playoff spot. They would go to Geneva tomorrow with a victory here tonight.
It's a very strange windup in the bullpen over there. He's got like a weird hitch in his throw.
Japanese style?
Nope. Just
okay.
Weird.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And all the pitches are way outside.
Well, perhaps that's the pitcher we want to see in the bottom of the 9. Should we get that far?
We don't want to go to the bottom of the 9.
Of course not, but I'm just projecting a little bit out there. Should that situation arise. Ground ball, that's going to score a run and move the runners to first and second base. As Busher stands hands on hips, clearly frustrated. So a run is crossed. Michael Gorman has officially tallied a hit on the night. And that's going to bring up Dylan Blanchard.
He's done some damage tonight.
0 for 2, a base on balls, and 2 strikeouts.
Now meeting with the coach. No outs. I would think maybe a bunt here, get 2 men
I
in
was just thinking,
position.
do you bring the tying run to second base? Yeah. There is a run that just crossed, so 4-2. 4-2 the score.
Oh, he's done warming up.
Yes. Now again. Blanchard looks out. First baseman coming way in, assuming the bunt.
Yep.
And there it is, being shown. Pulled back, apparently. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. As, again, you see Corliss and the third baseman both pinching here. The wind, the pitch. Popped up. This one could be playable. Corliss dives for it and can't make the grab. 1 ball, 1 strike. Corliss wanted that one. He makes that catch. And that is an out with runners still stranded on first and second. So, the YouTube comments is the pitcher out there is weird, and here come the Pilots. So, we will see. Pilots have scored a run here in the top of the 9th. Pioneers still lead by 2. As now a ball and a strike. We're still suspecting the bunt is on. The wind, the pitch. Bunt shown again, a little high, 2-1. So Busher desperately trying to find an out here. Has not been the start to the top of the ninth he hoped for. The pitch. In there for a ball again, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Another situation I've just not understood, and we've seen it multiple times this year. Guy's going to give you the out. Obviously, you want the ball to pop up. You don't want to, have the issue of moving the runners along, especially in a game as close as this. That's in there for a strike right down the middle. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Busher finds the strike zone. Why not just throw it to him? Let him bunt the ball and hope it goes up. I mean, yes, there's things you can do to help your situation, but get the strike. And I just seen it too much this season. The line, the pitch. In there for a ball. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. That's going to bring up the top of the order, James Rabel, with the bases juiced.
The second time Blanchard has walked tonight. And he
Rabel
came around to score the last time he got on, John.
Rabel 0 for 0 with the bases loaded. So first time all season. Nobody out. You would have to think the place to third or home.
And he was thrown out at home his last time out there.
He was. Rabel takes ball 1, 1-0. So we look down towards the bullpen. No action whatsoever for the Pioneers. Pioneers have a 2-run lead in the top of the 9th inning. Runners on every base. What you can't allow is the run on second to cross. Run on third is moot. Bounces by. Speaking of which, that will score the runner from third. Now runners stand on second and third. So, the Pioneers still have no outs. And now have a 4-3 lead with runners standing on second and third. George, if you want to start talking about pop-outs, now would be the time.
Yeah, we can get 3 pop-outs right here. It'd be pretty easy.
That would be ideal, as the entire infield playing on the infield grass. Rabel with his speed, very dangerous. In there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count. So a 2-1 count now. Coming back set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, popped up. That will get foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As once again, make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
As again, Busher comes set. The wind, the pitch. In there for strike 3. He gets Rabel. Rabel goes down on strikes. And that's going to bring up Bailey Jimenez.
Jimenez has blown out, singled, another fly out, and struck out looking tonight.
So looking for a pop out here. As again,
the entire infield now playing in on the grass. Outfield, normal depth.
Popped up, foul territory, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. There's a lot of talk about Jimenez being clutch on the YouTube feed. Pioneers hoping for exactly the opposite there. The tying run stands at third. The go-ahead run stands at second. The wind, the pitch, in there for a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. So again, Busher.
He got Murphy on deck. He's already gotten on twice tonight.
Busher takes a long look in. The wind, the pitch, cut on, through. That's going to score 1. We'll see if the go-ahead run will come across. No, he's going to be stuck at third. Now runners at first and second, and Busher has got to be frustrated. We've got a tie ball game. We will see the bottom of the 9th inning.
We told him to stick with Chase Austin.
That was your suggestion.
That was our suggestion, but no, it's tough because, again, the whole thing started with the error over at short where he just dropped what should have been an easy out, and now we're here with 1 out in a tie ball game. And
Matt Birch heading for the mound.
Now, no one warming up yet, so just a conversation to cool him down, but and now what you want getting ready to go into a playoff game is the game extended, maybe having to pull another arm out of the bullpen.
Hopefully not. You hope you can get 2 outs here. Clearly, a ground ball double play would be good. So the game is tied. It's 4-4. Not sure what's to fix on the scoreboard. We have the accurate score up there.
Yep.
So I apologize for anyone who might be misreading that scoreboard. As now Matt Birch will head back for the dugout. Matt Busher will be looking for a ground ball double play or a couple of what?
Pop outs.
Would certainly take that. And now the Pioneers would feel the pressure in the bottom of the ninth to score a run. They need to keep it tied right here. Certainly don't want to go up needing a run. As again, stepping back in here, Alan Murphy. Murphy has reached a couple of times, both times on walk situations,
And he
caught
pops
by
out.
Busher on the pop out. So again, I'm sure. Hold on. I don't know if everybody heard you there, George. What was that?
He popped out to the pitcher.
He did, as a matter of fact. As now, that's going to bring up Tate. Insert last name here.
Ballestero. And he
That's what you're going with?
Yep. And he popped out to first in the fourth.
He did.
Flew out, struck out, and grounded out.
0 for 4. As now, Busher needs the stopper right here. The pitch. High. 1 ball, no strikes.
The 8th man to come to the plate here in this inning.
As runners continue to stand on first and third, that go-ahead run standing 90 feet away, Busher, 2 balls, no strikes, cannot let a ball get away. Well, thanks, David. Since you know him so well, could you help us out with the pronunciation here? As once again, 3 balls, no strikes, and Busher risking another bases loaded situation, and certainly don't want to do that with Parker Denny coming up. The pitch in there, that is ball 4, so Tate will take a walk, and that is going to bring up the ever dangerous Parker Denny,
who is 0 for 3, reached on error, and yes, has popped out twice.
So we'll see. Busher did get Denny in the last inning.
Yep.
That is a positive. Of course, Denny was swinging to hit the Shamung.
And again,
but
he'd been 9th man. Yeah.
The next batter would be batting fully around, as that is high, apparently. 1 ball, no strikes.
Just don't walk the run-in. That's all we're asking for.
So Busher coming back set. Still no one works in the Pios pen. In there on the inside corner.
He didn't like that. That one almost hit him, but
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, you look at the positioning. Most of these batters, and I've noticed this over the years,
close.
They get right on top of the plate. It is so difficult for a pitcher. The wind and pitch from Busher popped up here. Chasing it. Not going to get there.
Nope.
As that's going to get into foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Pioneers looking for just 1 more strike. And trust me, you cannot tell if that's a bad call or not there, Mr. Evans, because that screen is pretty dark. As coming back set, the wind, the pitch, cut on and missed, and Busher gets his man. So Denny goes down on strikes, and now the Pioneers need just 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, George, it seems like we've said this
have.
quite a bit as of the late parts of the season. One run will win it as the Elmira Pioneers come up to the plate.
I mean, 3 unearned runs in the 9th is what happened for the Pilots. 3 hits, 3 unearned runs, 3 men left on base.
That does
1
not
error.
look like Kyle French out there on the mound. It does
It
not.
is not. Nope. I believe
right.
it is the same man out there.
Well, so again, we talked about his numbers. Not great.
No.
Hopefully the Pioneers can exploit that. Certainly was unable to do so in the bottom of the 8th. Of course, I feel like as much as I comment about every at-bat being important in this summer ball league, perhaps the Pioneers did take one session off there, not feeling the pressure with a 3-run lead.
But now, I mean, you got Henneman coming up. He's at least gotten on base, and he's been productive in that 7 hole. Had an RBI single in the 2nd, came around to score there, walked in the 4th, and had a sac fly in the 6th to bring home that 4th run.
Well,
Maybe
Henneman,
he can contribute to the 5th run because
we
he
hope
contributed
so.
to 3 of them already tonight.
As now Henneman steps in. Henneman riding a hot streak into the playoffs would certainly be a welcome sight for the Elmira Pioneers.
Well, what's he hitting in his last 5 games, Sean?
In his last 5 games,
You're
Henneman,
on the wrong side of the...
I am on the wrong side. Yes, I am. You're 100% accurate. As Henneman coming back set. The windup and the pitch. Cut on. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Rabel catches it. Henneman racing towards first. That ball gets away, and Henneman is safe at first base. A perfect throw by Rabel, an error by the first baseman, so I have to assume Henneman will reach on error.
Wow, he reached 500 in his last 5 games and 400 in his last 10. And again, reaches on an error.
So this will bring up Zach Turner's spot in the order. That does not look like Zach Turner. I don't believe that's Zach Turner.
I cannot see.
That is definitely
Nope,
not.
that is
Andrew
33.
Sexton. So Andrew Sexton coming up to the plate. Sexton, we've seen him flash power before. The prediction is the game will end in the 13th. I disagree.
We've had that happen already this year.
We've had way too many. The wind, the pitch. Sexton lays down the bunt. The runner moved on to second. Sexton still running. He is there. No, unbelievable. How do you call him out on that one? Sexton clearly had a foot on the bag. No, here comes Matt Birch to argue. He certainly has a right to argue that one. Sexton was clearly safe. As Birch comes out to have the discussion, we'll have to see. Sexton was clearly safe from my view, and I'm down by where the first base umpire was approximately on that one. So, hold on.
Nope.
Hold on, Birch. Pointing over, and I'm not sure what that was all about. That was a little confusing as Birch was pointing out towards first base.
I'm a little surprised, but, I mean, if we're just going for the speed there from Sexton, I mean, that runner didn't matter. If they wanted someone to bump him, why they take Turner out
not
and
much
waste...
of a batter, to say the least, as Andrew Sexton also presumably offers an upgrade in the field as well.
Yeah.
Turner doesn't quite have the speed there. As coming back set.
But you got the winning run and scoring position. That's all that matters right now.
For sure, with one out.
You got
as Trey Harmon, the next man up, Nathan Peng has come out of this game. So, as the Newark fans getting restless on YouTube.
Well, at least you got the home run champion there.
So the wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball. The 2019 PGCBL Home Run Derby champion, the number 4 first base prospect in the country.
Who goes to Kentucky.
Who goes to Kentucky and a top 150 impact player this season. Harmon came through with a big one.
And it's a balk? Yeah, he balked.
They're going to intentionally walk him.
No, intentionally walk.
So an intentional walk to Trey Harmon.
That's smart.
Certainly must have heard his resume. As that's going to bring up the next man in the order, the leadoff man, Jeff Mejia. Not a bad choice to walk Trey Harmon. I can't argue with it.
No, correct me if I'm wrong. Mejia was up when we had that 13-inning game, and they walked him, or he got out somehow, and he was very upset. And then
that was Peng, actually. Peng, and then Harmon hit the game-winning single. Cut on, drilled towards second, hops up, a bad play. This could score the winning run. Here comes the winning run. Henneman scores! Jeff Mejia goes 2 for 3, has himself his first RBI of the night, and the Elmira Pioneers claim the 3rd spot in the playoffs. And I'll tell you what, fans all around the stadium are awake right now with that one. It's a 5-4 victory on a walk-off single for the 2nd time in a week. Whew, gonna be a crazy time as the Pioneers will head to Geneva tomorrow for the first round of the playoffs, looking for retribution after losing in Geneva last season in the first round of the playoffs. So, George, unbelievable way for the season to end. It just seems fitting as this season has rolled on that the Pioneers would need the bottom of the 9th to take it and go all the way. Whew. No comment.
What else can you ask? Again, you get the shorter bus trip. You get a nice feeling going into the playoffs. And you got a great outing from Chase Austin.
Unbelievable outing from Chase Austin.
Save arms in the bullpen. So
only used 2 pitchers.
Good. Yeah.
2 pitchers, Busher and Austin. Lots of arms available tomorrow. The Pioneers are in the playoffs. It's been an amazing regular season, fans. I'm John Clement. I want to thank you so much for tuning in with us all season long. The Pioneers are coming out to celebrate now. And, George, thank you so much for being a part of this season. And good luck out there in Watkins Glen. And then, of course, on your vacation, buddy. We'll see you for hockey. All of you out on YouTube and Mixler.com, thank you so much for staying with us all season. You're listening to Pioneers action this season as some of the players getting together for a team photo out there. So, I'm John Clement.
I'm George Stockberger.
Good night, Elmira.